So, on to round 2 and beyond. What do we want to do? Let's go back to our turn order. So we're going to get 4 cards into our hand, and I have the suspicion there's going to be some very bad cards in this hand. This is not looking good in terms of any bonuses. Our chances of failing a check are definitely increased with this hand. We do have a useful reroll we'll try and use. You're not going to want to pick an event card. Normally we'd be looking at what types of checks we can run, but I'm also now going to be looking at the top because I'm definitely feeling the need to discard. Our hand is getting very, very big. We picked up 2 cards in the previous round already. We've got lots of bad cards in our hand. Discarding's definitely going to come up useful. So we've got a discard option there, discard option here. Right, so within these we've got a dance off. If we discard, that gives us a +1, or we can try and befriend, that also gives us a +1. This also had a discard, which is obfuscate +1. Okay, so everything here is a +1 bonus. It doesn't really matter what we pick, but tell you what, I'm going to pick this little card here and let's see where it takes us. So we'd have the option to first do our hand management, so either pick up a new card or discard from hand. Let's get rid of that card here. So let's just turn it around. You go into the discard pile. Do not want you. Then we get to read the event. So we found a band leader and they have a list of the daughter's secret hideouts. Okay, useful information here. We can try and find out where they're keeping Great Aunt Hilda. So how do we get this list of hideouts from the band leader? We can either do a dance-off, duel for the ages, 3 monsters in Trenchcoat, they've definitely got some moves, going to be very good at a dance-off. Or we can, might just try and befriend them, have a nice chat, use some kind words, they might work. So we've got a +1 to befriend. Dance-off, we have got a +1 as well. So it doesn't really matter what we try. Tell you what, I'm just going to say we're trying a social check. We're going to try and befriend them. So we've got a +1. We need to meet or match that 7, and in terms of the other cards we've got, we've got a re-roll dice. So we essentially got 2 attempts to roll a 6. Let's see if we match. A 2 is not going to do it. 1 from the social +2 is 3. That doesn't do it. Do another roll, and that's a 3. Okay, card failed. So we can now go through our failed card options. So number 1, going to increase our Scarpa suspicion meter by 2. And then we're going to discard the story. So I'm just going to place it over here next to the rulebook. So it is discarded. It's not going in this discard pile. This is purely for the hand cards. Discarded event cards go over there. That's the end of the round. So we get ready then for our next round. Put everything in our use pile. There'll be nothing left in our draw deck. So let's stick all of our used cards back into the draw deck and shuffle. So we'll get 4 new cards. The shop is still full. No need to replenish there. And in terms of the events, we can now see we've unlocked a little bit of a level 2 event, but we're definitely nowhere near trying these as well. I mean, we just failed on a value of 7 by a long distance, never mind trying to get a 9. Before going to round 3, just one little aside. You'll notice within the rulebook we've got some little kind of sidebars of either kind of history or geography notes if you want to find out more about moles, or Jacques de la Haye, which is a potentially fictional, potentially real historic figure we've based a game on. You can go into the rulebook and just some interesting sidebars in there. So on to round 3. Let's get 4 new cards into our hand. Flip those round. Okay, so we've got 2 rerolls and a +1 social. So we're probably looking at trying a social check here. But let's look at our actions. Got a discard from hand option here. Again, discard from hand. Some pretty bad cards we want to get rid of. That's potentially going to be useful. Not trying that level 2 card. Change mole order. We get 1 new mole. If we're looking for a social check, oh, I mean, the pickpocket's quite good. But at this stage, I think we just want to clean up our hand. So here comes the fuzz. Let's check this police officer. So first we get to manage the hand, either discard our hand or change mole order. Let's get this useless card out of our hand. Okay, that's good. So now a police officer starts looking at us suspiciously. I mean, yeah, they are kind of just doing their job for someone, or well, some things pretending to be a someone wandering around here in a trench coat, looking very, very suspicious, trying to track down some occult pirates. I think it's not surprising that the police are onto us. We need them to go away. What are we gonna do? We can try and either obfuscate and confuse them, or we can just try and convince them that we're a tourist. We can try and befriend. I think we're going to try. It doesn't really matter. We've got +1 to obfuscate here. Got a +1 to befriend here. Let's try and make friends. So what have we got from our hand? We've got a +1 from social. We've got some rerolls we're potentially going to want to use as well. So we're going to have 3 attempts to roll a 5 or a 6 because we've got to beat the value of 7. We've got +2 from our hand and our mole. So attempt number 1, is this a 5? No, that would be a fail. Let's use a reroll card. That is a 2. Okay, and also fail. Down to the last reroll. Could really do with this. Okay, that is atrocious luck with the dice. That is another failure, which is really a pain because it really could do with repeating that discard option. So sadly we have failed that particular event again. That's going to go over there. And we go back into our used pile. Nothing else needs resetting. We are all ready to go for round 2. Right, let's get 4 more cards. Sorry, round 3. Let's get 4 more cards into our hand. It's round 4. I don't know how I'm continuing to miscount. We're on to round 4 now. Okay, so again, +1s to creatives and athletics. Okay, now we're really starting to look at something useful. Again, here we've got the option to pick up cards or discard from hand. We've got creative checks with disguise or athletics checks with pickpocket. This card's looking very good. Or we can sing a pickpocket, but again, these cards are really looking to change mole order, get 1 new mole. I'm kind of happy with where we're at. So let's try this one. Let's try this event card here. So first get to manage a hand. We can either pick up a card or discard from hand. Let's discard from hand, just always good. Let's just get bad cards away. Increase the odds. So when we keep cycling through the deck, we're going to get the better cards into our hand. So we discarded from hand. We now get to read the event. So we found a ship belonging to the Daughters of Delahaye. Very useful. Probably could have found it sooner, you know, if we'd successfully got the band leader to give us a list of secret hideouts. But anyway, we have found this ship. Let's break in, try and explore, see what we can find. How are we going to get in? We're going to either disguise ourselves as one of the pirates, or we're going to try and pickpocket a key from a guard. I think it doesn't really matter because our disguise, our disguise is +1, but our pickpocket is +3. It really does matter there. We're going to try and pickpocket a key, which means we're doing an athletics check. So let's get our useful cards out here. So we've got +2 coming from these cards. Pickpocket +3 over here, so we've got a 5, need to beat a 7. What are we going to get? It's a 3. Okay, it was tight. That gives us a total of 8. That is a card succeeded. So, what do? Increase suspicion meter by 1. We have Scarpered. Okay, let's work our way through the Scarper action. So, put the suspicion meter back down to 0. But these guys are all going to Scarper. You're going to run away, and we're going to need to refill our trench coat with 3 new moles. Irie, Jamar, and Dulcimer here. Let's put you guys here and just give you a bit of a shuffle to see who comes out in what order. So we've done that. We're also now going to shuffle our discard pile and take the top card back into a hand. That's annoying. Okay. So, increase our suspicion meter by 1. That caused us to Scarper. We now get to repeat a hand management action again, so we can pick up a new card or discard from hand. I mean, it's only a +1, but I want to go. I feel, yes, these are +3 cards, which are very, very powerful, going to be useful in future rounds. But I like the idea of flexibility. So we're going to repeat to pick up a card from the shop action and get this +1 to either athletics or social into our hand. And we get to read a little bit of the story. So what have we found out from this ship? So while searching the ship, you found several books about ancient witchcraft and spells. Okay, several spells are missing. From checking the book's contents, the spells are all about resurrection, ghosts, or zombies. Okay, so I mean, our occult pirates, they are linked to a 17th century pirate. I think the spells are all about resurrection. I'm deciding here that Daughters of Delahaye, they're all about getting Mummy back. They're all about getting Jacot Delahaye back into the world of the living. They are going for some resurrection spells. Okay, and this game just got a little bit more serious as well. We're not just trying to rescue Great Aunt Hilda now, but there's something even bigger going on we're potentially going to want to stop. So, that's the turn completed. Let's reset for our next round. So, cards go back into our use pile. We refresh the shop because we picked up 1 card, so there's 1 missing, +2 to creative here. And we're ready to start the next round. So we'd go for the draw deck. We've only got 1 card in there, so we're going to go back from our used, shove those back up into the draw pile and pick up 3 cards, so we always have 4 cards in our hand. So okay, 2 useless cards. This card would be useful as well, but we have got +2 to athletics here. That being said, the moles we've now got in the Trenchcoat, none of them are looking particularly good at athletics. We have got a good social +3 here, some +2 to creatives or socials. Alright, let's see where this takes us. So we're now showing 2 level 2 events, 1 level 1 event left here, but there should be another level 1 event underneath that. I'm feeling our hand still has a lot of crap in it. I think we need to keep going with the lower level cards. Let's get our hand a bit better. That means starting with this card. So we can either change mole order or get 1 new mole. Bearing in mind that at the minute we've got the option later on to either try and sing and create a distraction or to try and pickpocket something. We have got a +2 to creative, so the singing here is potentially quite useful with Jamar. However, looking forward, we have got a disguise or parkour check coming up here, and we have got Roger waiting in the rings. So I think we're going to go for the get 1 new mole action. Going to get Roger back into play, so you get swapped around. Okay, let's go through the event. So we found an antique shop that has the diary of Captain Jacot Delahaye, who we're trying to resurrect. How do we steal it? Definitely useful for us to have it. So we can either try and sing again, moles singing could be a very effective distraction as we just try and steal the book, the diary, or we're just going to pickpocket it and, we'll give it back later, of course we will. We're going to try and sing. We've got a +2 to our creative here. We've got a +1. I think that's still our best option. Yeah, I'm going to try and sing. So +1, +2 gives us a +3. We need to beat or match a value of 7. So a 4, a 5, or 6 will do it. It's a 50-50. And it's another fail. We are having really bad luck. So Scarper meter, suspicion meter goes up by 2. Discard the card, nothing happens. Let's get these cards back into our use. Okay, at least we must have some better cards in the draw deck now for future rounds. This is definitely where our luck is going to turn, and we're going to start succeeding and getting to double up on those hand management actions. So we've got a couple of rerolls, +1 to social, +1 to creative. We have got some very big numbers now coming through in the shop. And definitely we want to try this level 1 card that remains here, where we got some discard. A pick-up option would have been really nice, but okay, we can discard from hand or discard from used. Let's discard from used. Let's get rid of you. We then get to try the event. So, Daughters of Delahaye have chased us to a food market. Oh, must have found out we were ransacking one of their ships and have come for us. How are we going to try and escape them? Either try and parkour, jump over the roof stalls, or we're going to disguise ourselves and try and slink away into the background. We're going to go for a disguise, so that's a creative +3. We get a +1 there, so we're already on 4. So a 3, 4, 5 or a 6 should do it. We've got some rerolls hanging around as well. I'm feeling confident we're going to get this. Surely we can't roll low again. So 3 or higher should see us succeed this. That's a 2. Reroll that. And that's a 6. Okay, finally, it's more than we needed, but we finally get a good dice roll. That is a pass. So our suspicion meter is going to go up again. All this failing is we're scarpering, getting too close to scarpering. So increase suspicion meter by 1. Get to repeat a hand management action, either discard from hand, discard from used. I definitely know in the used pile. There we go, some more useless cards. Let's get rid of that. And then get to place a story in our story row. And let's see what we found. So, one of the daughters dropped a note when they were chasing us. Has a list of the pirate crew members who have infiltrated which profession? Oh, the police, librarians, or clergy. Whoever it is, we cannot trust them anymore. 100% librarians. You think they're unassuming, you think they're helpful, you think they're nice. No, secretly, occult pirates, I'm sure of it. So, let's clone this and stick that on option B. They have infiltrated all the librarians. Do not trust them. Oh, yeah, trust them. Just a bit of fun. Let's reset for the next round. Get all the cards we used in there. No need to refresh the shop, and we'll now be back into our draw pile. We have exhausted all our level 1 cards. Now we're going up to +9s that we're having to hit, but if we can hit the shop, we've got some really good cards here, and we got rid of lots of the useless cards as well. So there's a +1 card there. That's looking potentially useful. Athletics or social. Let's shuffle our draw deck. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in total in our hand, and it's a little bit of everything. We kind of want to be specializing. Okay, we got +1 athletics, +1 athletics. Let's see what we've got. So in terms of, we're good at disguising. There's no disguise checks left. What else we can do? We can sing up a friend. We kind of want to do something athletics. You can check the color here. So athletics, you got parkour, a dance off, or a pickpocket. We do have a dance off here, but it also lets us discard. I kind of want to pick up a new card. Okay, it's only 1 card that'll let us pick up from the shop, so we're going to have to go for this. You either get to pick up a new card or change mole order. We get to, let's go for this one. What do we want to do? So we've got persuade or befriend. Persuade's down here, befriend's down here. We're both social. We've got a +2 to social. +3. I'm going to pick up this +3 card. Now these +3 cards, they're single use only. So whereas with all our previous hand management cards, once they're used, they went back in the use pile. This one we use it once and then we're done. Hopefully we'll get a high dice roll and we won't have to. So we found about a bar that Daughters of Delahaye visit quite often. Can we get some information about them from the bar owner? We can try and persuade them, and basically we're going to bribe them. Money is very persuasive. Or we just try and gossip. Bartenders do like friendly people. They do like to have a good chat. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to try and gossip with a friendly face. We're going to try this +2 from social. So what have we got? We've got a +1 from social here, and a reroll, and a +3 single use, which I'm kind of hoping not to have to use, but we might have to. So what bonuses have we got? We've got +1 here. We've got +2 here, so that's a total of 3. Oh, we're probably going to have to use this. To match 9, we're going to need to roll a 6. Let's roll a 6. That's a 5. That leaves us 1 short. That puts us on 8. This +3 to social will take us over. I think so. I think we've struggled so much in the early rounds. We're going to use our +3. That goes into the discard pile. I mean, there's a chance we might get it back if we're lucky with our Scarper. But we have succeeded. Excellent. Let's stick that in our story row there. So, what happens? We're going to Scarper. Increase our suspicion meter by 1. That triggers the Scarper. So, you guys all go into that pile there. We get some new moles. Claudia's going at the top. Usain's going in there. We're missing a mole, so let's take you guys, give you a shuffle. And Jamar comes back out to control the feet of our Trenchcoat. Okay, so we've Scarpered, and now we're going to take back one of these hands. Okay, it's a 1 in 5 chance, and it's a useless card. Suspicion meter back down to 0. Okay, we now get to repeat, so either pick up a new card or change mole order. I think this +2 to creative, +2 definitely coming in useful. You're already getting a +3 potentially. Yeah, let's get some more creative cards into our hand. And then we get to look and read the story. So the bar owner says the daughters of Delahaye haven't been here for a while. We've missed them. He did notice they were getting more and more excited every day, talking about, the ritual, the restoration, or the return. Now, based on the story choices we've already made with our occult pirates trying to resurrect Jacquot Delahaye, I think the return sounds good. I think they are talking an awful lot about the return, so let's just tag that on top of option C. Okie doke, end of the round, so you all get shunted into our used pile. You could be useful. I mean, I could have re-rolled there, but I would have risked getting something significantly lower than the 5 and the +3 not helping. So we've done that, and let's see what we can get into our shop. Okay, some plus socials or creative. We have got some useful creative cards. Let's go for the next round. 1, 2, 3 cards in there. We need 4 in our hand, so let's flip and shuffle. Something good. No, that is the opposite of good. That is absolutely atrociously useless. Right, so what have we got? We've got +1 to athletics, +1 to social. No, yeah. See, this becomes a lot easier once you manage to get lots of one type of cards and you get to specialize. We are managing to just get a little bit of everything, and we failed so often. We've just got so many bad cards clogging up our hand, but still got plenty of time to turn this around. We've still got some good chances. However, based on this hand, these moles, we're probably going to need to pick up from the shop again. So what options have we got? Can discard or get a new mole, pick up a new card, discard. As much as I like discarding, I just feel like we need to succeed. So we can befriend or analyze. There's a +2 to analyze or +1 to befriend. Can persuade or analyze. No, you see the +3 we've got is on a dance off. We've got a dance off check here. Let's dance off. Let's try and succeed with this athletics check, and hopefully try and discard some of the some of the weaker cards out of our hand. So we can discard from hand or discard from used. Got a nice useless card here. We can try and discard. You can go away. We're now going to try this athletics check, a dance off. So we found an informant who's about to share key information with the daughters. How do we stop their drop? Going to drop off, maybe a USB stick or a secret file or something. Time for us to get our dance moves out. We're going to distract this informant with our amazing moves, and we're going to miss the timing on their dead drop. the daughters are not going to get this key information. What have we got from athletics? We've got a +1 here and a reroll. +1 +3 here gives us 4, so we really need a 5 or a 6 off 2 rolls. Okay, 1 in 3 chance, something good. It's a 4. Okay, that leaves us 1 short. Let's try and roll again. Come on, something useful. That's a 1. Okay, that's a failure. Suspicion meter goes up by 2. Discard the card. We are not having good luck this game. An awful lot of low dice rolls. But still plenty of time to turn it around. We did at least get rid of a useless card into the discard on that turn. And we go again. So, +1 to athletics, +1 to athletics here, or +2 to creative could be good. We've got some good things in the shop if we can pick up a card. Again, if I'm looking at these athletics checks, probably want to try a dance off. Oh, I wish this was our previous hand. That 4 would have got it. So we've got either a persuade or analyze. It's a +2 to analyze here, but we could potentially need to get this +3 mole out. We can befriend or disguise. That is also a picking up or change mole order card. There is a pick up or change mole order event for pickpocketing or doing some parkour. Let's go for this card. What we're going to do first is we're going to change mole order. We're going to try the analyze. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. That's not the right way of doing things. We want to get this +3 in athletics into an athletics check, which would be parkour. We're going for this card. We're going to change mole order. Or do we pick up from shop? No, we're going to pick up from shop. I'm going to use one of those +3s. Keep everyone in the same slot. You go back there, you go back there. Pick up new card. Pick up this +3 to athletics checks. And let's read our story. So we've infiltrated a party hosted by the Daughters of Delahaye. How do we get out unnoticed? Okay, we've probably either done a bit of sabotage or something useful whilst we've been there. We can either try and parkour or pickpocket. We've got a +2 to athletics parkour. There's a +1. There's another +1. So we're going +4 already from our cards. We've got a reroll and we've got our backup plan of a +3 to athletics checks. But again, I really would like to hang on to this until we reach some of the higher level cards. So what have we got? +4 coming from here. A 5 or a 6 on a reroll would do it. That's a 4 again. So we've got a +3. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. A 5 or 6. It's a 2. Right, we're going to have to spend our +3 athletics card. So that will give us 1, 2, 5, 7, and another 2 coming from the parkour here. That hits 9 for us. Event succeeded. It's been a very costly victory, but it's been a victory and we needed one of those. So what do? We've succeeded. Suspicion meter goes up by 1. We then get to repeat an action, either get to pick up a new card or change mole order. Let's get this +2 to social checks into our hand. Okay, that's done. And then we get to read a bit of story. So, while at the party, we stole the diary of the leader of Daughters of Delahaye. Ho ho ho, useful information. She writes that their experiments are producing positive results and she feels they're getting closer and closer to, the depths, the beyond, or the dark. Okay, so we have established they're trying to bring back, they're trying to resurrect Trenchcoat Delahaye. So I feel option B here, they're getting closer and closer to the beyond with their kind of spells and experiments. We're getting closer to bringing them back. This is not good. We really need to turn around our luck and start getting some more successes if we're going to stop this and rescue Great Aunt Hilda. Let's reset for our next round then. Get all these guys into the use pile. Get some new cards out. Or actually, before we do that, let's get our shop full again. Okay, some more +2s. So we can just get a handful of similar +2s. We'll be in a really good position. Give these a shuffle and 3 more cards into our hand. And okay, +2 to athletics or +2 to creative and a reroll. It's not great. We're going to need some moles in the right position, but we have got this dance off mole here. That's great. We might need to change mole order, or I mean scarpering, to be honest, might actually help us here because we do not have a great set of moles for what we want. So we've got some discard or get new mole options here. Pick up a new card or change mole order. We've got lots of creative here. Oh, +1 to athletics, and there's a +2 to athletics. Can we find an athletics check to do? We've got +2 to parkour, +3 to dance off. Alright, we're going to gamble. We're going to go for a level 3 card. You don't have to keep going, you don't have to do all the level 1s but not the level 2s. You can pick from whichever pile you want in whichever order. First, we're going to manage our hand, so we can discard from used or get 1 new mole, and we're going to try and parkour, which is giving us our +2. Don't want to get a new mole, but I would only be giving us a +1. But we can discard from use. Oh, there's nothing in the use pile to discard from. So yeah, we're still going to do it. We're going to swap Roger, get him out, get him onto the analyze option. So we've either got +2, +4, we'd need a 6. No, we're undoing all of this. We're not ready. We need to pick up a card. That means we've got to try this one. So we can either try and befriend or analyze. We have got a +2 to analyze here, which is a creative check, but we've only got a +1 coming through. We might have to try and befriend, which is social, and we are at least getting a +2 here. Let's pick up a new card. That's a +2 to social. We're going to try and okay. We've uncovered a list of strange ingredients the daughters of Delahaye have sent to a supplier. They've probably been using these to, for their experiments, trying to reach the beyond. But how do we find a bit more specifically what they're using for? Well, we can try and befriend the supplier and maybe they can tell us what's going on. What time for a library montage? We can try and analyze. So I'm thinking if we analyze, what have we got? Let's do the maths. We'd get a +2 to creative and a reroll, so that's a +4 and a reroll. If we try and analyze, if we try and befriend, because we picked up, I'm going to undo that, we picked up that +2. I think we are going to try and analyze, and I'm going to pick up that creative. So probably not best for the longer term. I really should be getting the +2s into my hands, but we've been having such bad luck. We just need to pass this and get this there. So +3 to creative, +2, so we're on 5 already. It's a 50-50. You have got a reroll. Need to beat a 9, 4, 5, or a 6. We'll see us succeed the card. It's a 5. Okay, I can feel it now. Our luck is turning. We are going to succeed here. So I'm running out of a bit of space. I'd need a bigger table. Oh, tell you what, I know what I can do. Let's shunt these these event piles down, and that creates a bit of space up here for us to continue our story roll. So, what do we do? Number 1, increase suspicion meter. That triggers the Scarper. 3 moles come out. 3 new moles come in. Roger, Irie, and Dulcimer have entered the Trenchcoat. Okay, repeat a hand management action. You can pick up a new card or change mole order. Looking forward, we're probably again going to want to either persuade or analyze. So that's either a social. Let's get this social. Let's try and specialize a little bit in social cards. Because we scarpered, actually I forgot to pick up a card, and it's useless. It could have been a good card. It wasn't. Now we get to place the card in story row and unlock a little bit of the story. So the ingredients all seem linked to an occult spell. Yep, definitely we know weird stuff's going on. but they are all very difficult to find ingredients. This because they're all body parts coming from extinct creatures, mythological creatures, or deep sea creatures. I'm liking deep sea creatures here. I'm feeling, the link to the pirates. This is a very maritime story. I can see they've got some body parts, some giant squids, or stuff that's at the bottom of the ocean. Very difficult to get your hands on deep sea creatures there, but they're going to use them in their spell to try and bring Trenchcoat de la Haye back. And we reset. Let's get ready for our next round. So a lot of these cards go into our use pile. And hopefully we're going to get some much better cards in our hand. But before I flip those over, let's refresh our shop. Okay, +3s, +2s coming out. Again, you always feel the need to pick up from the shop, but it just keeps putting more and more cards into your hand, and you end up in situations like this where you've got basically a little bit of everything, which results in an absolute lot of nothing. This is going to be very difficult. So we've got some discard to getting some more options. We can try picking up where you go obfuscate or disguise. We've got a +3 to disguise, which is a creative check, or obfuscate +0. But we can potentially, can we pick up any more creatives? I mean, it would give us a +5. I think it's time to gamble. The game's not been going well. We're just going to try and push our luck now and see what we can get. So you can pick up a new card or change mole order. We don't want to change mole order. We got Roger in a really good spot. However, let's get this +3 card into our hand. That's a real shame there isn't anything creative coming up here, because that would have been really, really useful. So we picked up a new card. What do we got? The daughters have loaded some crates onto a ship heading to islands to the west. It's probably all these deep sea creature ingredients that they've been getting their hands off. How do we get the captain to divert the shipment? Going to divert the shipment, interfere with the daughters of de la Haye now. We're going to either obfuscate, try and confuse the captain, west, east, that's all the same direction. Or we're going to try and disguise. Helmsman Mole is on duty. We're going to set the ship sailing the wrong way. That's what we're going to do. We're going to disguise ourselves. So we've got a +3 to creative checks from here. Disguise is a creative check. We got +2. We're on 5. Nothing else useful in our hand apart from this reroll. So we've got 2 chances. Need to beat or match a 10, so a 5 or a 6. 2 attempts. That's a 2. That's a 6. Right. It's about time. I said I could feel our luck turning. Our luck has turned. Right. Let's just shift the moles out of the way whilst I'm building this story option. So, excellent. I'm feeling good now. That's really, really useful. So, increase suspicion meter by 1. Get to repeat an action, pick up a new card or change mole order. Let's get these +2 to athletics into our hand. Again, our hand is getting really, really big. Really should be running a much smaller hand here. The shop, it's just too appealing. It just wins me over every time. So we repeated the hand option, and then we get to look at a bit of story. So, 3 modes in the Trenchcoat, level 3 event here. We open some of the crates when the captain isn't looking. This is a lot of valuable supplies the daughters will no longer get. Yes, definitely. The crates were full of, okay, so it wasn't ingredients, it's full of other stuff. Money, computer equipment, or weapons. It's probably going to be weapons, isn't it? I mean, you're trying to bring back, a buccaneering, daring, violent pirate from the 17th century. What are you going to do with him once they're back? They're probably going to try and take over the world, and if you're going to do that, you need an awful lot of weapons. There you go. So, reset. Time for the next round, but all of a sudden, I'm feeling a lot more confident. We've had some kind of big rolls, some big successes. Things are finally coming our way. Everything is coming up Millhouse. So, created in the ship of athletics. So we can get a load of athletics cards in our hand. Really should have started specializing a bit sooner. That'll be really useful. So, One card into our hand. Draw pile is empty, so let's flip. Shuffle. Bring these into our hand. Here we go. Some +2 to athletics, +2 to social. Still looking a bit low. So, what have we got now? We have got 2 level 2 cards here, which might be worth going through before we attempt any more level 3s, just to see if we get anything useful. That is a discard from used. I'll get 1 new mole. What else have we got? Change mole orders, get mole or discard. I mean, it might be worth discarding just some of these +1s that just keep clogging up our hand. But that's a discard from used. So, what do we do? Either persuade or analyze. Persuade, we've got a +3 on a social check. So we've got +5, +6. That's all of a sudden is looking really good on a reroll. Yeah, we're doing this. I'm not going to look at the others. I'm just going to go straight ahead. So first, manage your hand. Either discard from used or get a new mole. Can't get rid of Dulcimer. Sorry, darling. You're kind of only +2s, +1s, whereas we're getting +3 here, +3 here. Definitely coming useful. So Dulcimer can go in there. You can go to the bottom of the pile. I'll probably shuffle these before we need them again. So we've got a new mole now. We discovered an encrypted note left by one of the daughters of Delahaye in a dead drop. Oh, maybe before when we were tracking the informant and he was dropping stuff off, maybe we tracked them and we managed to get some more. So we got this note. How are we going to decipher the code? We can either try and persuade. Let's find someone who's particularly good at cracking codes and doing sudokus and all the rest. Let's hire someone to try and decrypt it. Or we can try and analyze and crack the code ourselves. Sadly, at the minute, we are not the smartest moles in the molehill. We cannot particularly analyze particularly well. But we can try and persuade someone to try and decrypt it for us. So let's go for that. Oh, sorry, you were used last time. You should have been in the used pile and shuffled in. Oh well. We've got a +3 to social from these guys. Another +3 to social persuade checks here, so we're already on 6, and we've got a reroll. We need to beat a 9, so 3, 4, 5, or 6. 2 chances to get it. That's a 2. That's not it. 3 or higher, and it's a 1. Okay, we're back to rolling absolutely abysmally again. That's a fail. Scarpa meter goes up by 2. We do not get to repeat an action. I thought we had that. That's a shame. Okay, you'll go into the use pile. Let's draw 4 new cards into our hand. Okay, +5 to athletics. Now we're getting somewhere. +3 to social. Bonuses are starting to stack up again. And we've got to pick up a new card option or discard from hand here. So we're either going to try and parkour +1 or disguise +3. So that's a creative. Which we're not really trying to specialize in at all. Pick up new card or discard from hand. My brain's telling me I should discard, but my heart wants to pick up. I think I'm going to deliberately take a bit of a fail. If I'm going to discard from hand, and I'm going to discard this +1. I just want to specialize now. I just want social and athletics cards in my hands, and preferably +2s and +3s, and this +1 isn't cutting it anymore. So I'm going to discard from hand. We now get to either try and parkour or disguise ourselves. On a creative checks, we wouldn't have anything in a +3. That's the disguise and the parkour. Okay, so we haven't got anything to play here. We only get a +3. We need to beat a 9, so it's a 6. We're going to try and disguise ourselves. We get the +3. It's a 6 or nothing. 1 in 6 chance, and it's a 2. It's just roll. These rolls are abysmal. Absolutely abysmal game with the dice today. So that's a fail. You go into the fail. You would go up 2, but you're going to trigger the Scarpa. So reset to 0. Going to want to get our new moles into play. You guys all go away. You're saying you're going to give us some useful parkour skills. Jamar, yeah, you're good at singing. And Dulcimer can try and befriend some people for us. Okay, they're not the worst moles in the worst order. And now we shuffle our discard pile. Okay, finally, we've got something useful out of Scarpering. This +3 athletics, single use only, gone back into our hand. I tell you, we've got a lot of athletics. Might be worth trying to rush down, but now we need to get lucky and try and find the right card. Okie doke. Off we go. You guys get reset there. 4 new cards into our hand. 4, and that's abysmal. I mean, we're going to fail pretty much no matter what we try here. That is absolutely abysmal. Do I try and discard or pick up? Get something useful in there. Let's try and discard. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail no matter what I do. I can discard from hand or change mole order. I just want to discard. I just want to get useful cards out of it. Read the event. So we've stolen a laptop from one of the daughters. How will we crack the password? We can either try and obfuscate, where we've got a +1 bonus, or we can try and analyze, where we've also got a +1 bonus. Analyze is creative. We've got +2 here. No, we're still going to fall short. We're only getting a +1, +2, +3, with D6 trying to beat a 10. I mean, I can roll it for the sake of rolling it, but our analyze check fails. So you go there. You guys go here. There you go. Okay, that's another fail, but hopefully I can feel it now. We're getting all the athletics cards, I'm sure. It must be our turn. Okay, let's make sure that's in our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we're starting to get something useful in our hand. +4 for social checks, plus a reroll. Okay, so what social checks have we got? We've got a +2 to befriend here, which would turn into a +6. That's potentially useful. Are we going to try and befriend someone? No. But at least we have got a +2, which will either persuade or obfuscate. It's an obfuscate here and a change mole order. Yeah, that's what we're going for. So we're going to change mole order because we're going to try and obfuscate later. We're going to, oh, sorry, swapping the wrong ones around. Jamar, you go back, you stay in place, mate. So Usain and Dulcimer, I'm going to swap positions. So we changed our mole order. We've tracked an important delivery of supplies. Maybe this is those deep sea creatures we're going after. How are we going to stop daughters from getting them? We're going to try and obfuscate and confuse the delivery driver. Wrong address, driver, go somewhere else. Or we would just, pickpocket and be Porsche pirates ourselves. Ahoy! So we're going to try and obfuscate. We've got a +2 to socials here. Got another +4, so that's a total of +6. And we've got a reroll. So we need to match or beat a value of 10. We've got 6 already, so 4, 5 or 6. It's a 50-50 chance. Done twice. It's a 6. Successful. Okay. Level 3 event succeeded. You'll notice now we've actually unlocked one of the final cards. These are the level 4 cards where we finally try and rescue Great Aunt Hilda. So we're getting very close to the end of the game now. So suspicion meter goes up by 1. Get to repeat a hand management action, either change mole order or get 1 new mole. Now, disguise and analyze are all the creative checks. We have got some useful creative things here we could try and stack a hand with, but change mole order or get a new mole. We're probably going to want, so that's either discard from use in both options, or is it pick up new card to disguise or analyze? Now we aren't getting the +3s to any of those checks. We're not going to try that level 4 card yet. Pickpocket's useful, so I think we're just going to change mole order. No, we're going to try and pickpocket on the next round anyway. Doesn't really matter what we do, so let's just swap these guys around. Jamar, you're now top of the trench coat. Dulcimer, you're in the arms, in the middle. Try and make them look especially human, please. So we repeated an action and we unlock a bit of the story. Okay, what's going on? The supply ship intercepted could be useful for someone else. I mean, deep sea creatures? I don't know, scientists maybe? Someone more deserving than these strange occult pirates. Who should we give the supplies to? The local orphanage, nearby hospital, animal shelter. I mean, my initial feel is always to support the local orphanage, but I'm not sure they'd be particularly grateful at us sending them a load of kind of various body parts and appendages from some deep sea creatures. So it's probably going to be the animal shelter. I guess maybe it can be food or toys or whatever for some of the dogs or other animals to play with. Let's redirect these supplies into the animal shelter instead. Right, cards are all used. We now go back to our draw deck, and we pretty much already know we're going to try and pickpocket on our next turn, so some athletic bonuses here would be particularly useful. And no, this is where I didn't discard early enough in the game, or often enough earlier in the game, and all of these +1 cards are kind of coming back to bite us a bit now. So I'm going to go for this event, and that's unlocked another potential level 4 event here. So we can either discard from used or change small order. Have we got anything? Not particularly. See, I kind of like all those +2s to socials, because we've got our social checks here. If we can get a load of social cards in 1 or 2 turns, well, in 2 turns time, those socials could be really interesting. Do I remove the dice reroll? Or do I change small order? What have we got? We have got +1 to athletics. We've got +2 to athletics coming through here, or +2 to social. Knowing that we have to try to either dance off, which is +1 athletics, or pickpocket, which is +3 athletics. Yeah, right. We're going to swap small order. I don't want to discard. I probably should be discarding. People who play lots of deck building games are probably shouting at me to be discarding way more cards. I'm not going to. I'm just going to swap those around. Let's go to the event. We need a key to get into a locked room within one of the daughter's hideouts. How can we take it from the guard? We're either going to do a dance off and time for some killer moves that will, just leave them so ashamed of their dancing performance that they'll just hand us the key card. Or we're going to take their keys and wallet. We're going to pickpocket them. That's what we're going for. But a sleight of hand. Let's pickpocket. So that's an athletics check. We've got +1 to athletics here. Another +1. We've got +3 to pickpocket checks here. So that's +5. We need to beat a 10. Or match a 10. So we're looking at a 5 or a 6. Come on, surely. It's a 5. It's a 5. Okay. We now get to go for our orders. Increase the special meter by 1. Scarper. Rolls. All. Oh, yeah, I kind of want you to be in a pile. Make it easy to move. You all go there. Let's shuffle you. See what comes out. Okay. +3 to persuading. +3 to creative. Oh, we got analyze here and persuade here. We might go for a level 4 card. If the right cards come out in our hand, that could be it. So we scarpered, increase the suspicion meter by 1, and it's a useless card that goes back into our hand. That's a shame. Okay, and you all go into the use pile. So increase suspicion meter by 1, scarpered, go back to 0. We get to repeat a hand management action. Discard from use or change small order. We just picked up a useless card. Let's send you straight back into the discard. That's a bit of a 1-for-1. And unlock a little bit of the story. Okay, inside the locked room, we find lots of important documents belonging to the Daughters of Delahaye. Destroying them will be a big blow to their operations. Ooh, this is good. We'll destroy them by burning, shredding, or burying them. I mean, moles are very good at digging. I do feel there's something poetic about just digging them a big hole and sticking these important documents deep underground, where kind of the worms and other little critters down there will have a great time slowly degrading them. Great. So place all used cards, we've done that, and our shop doesn't need to be replaced. So let's pick up some cards. I'm hoping for either loads and loads of creative bonus, which I don't think we've picked up that much of, or loads and loads of social. And it's athletics. That is the amazing, perfect athletics hand. But there's no athletics checks in there to say Great Aunt Hilda. That's kind of locked away underneath two cards here. That's just our luck this game. Our luck this game has been atrocious. So continue to try and pick up new cards and change them all order. We're going to try an athletics check, which is parkour. I think, yeah, it just makes sense. We're just going to try an athletics check here. So you can discard from used to get one new mole. I'm going to discard from used. What I'm thinking is, let's discard this +1 to creatives, because we're not doing creative checks. We're just focusing on either social or athletics checks. We're going to do that. So discard from used, great. We're now going to try. So we found a network of secret tunnels underneath the city. It's probably when we were just burying underground all of these documents. We came across the secret tunnels. Now it's time to follow them. Where do they go? We can try and parkour with an underground adventure and jump and skip and slide our way through these tunnels. Or we can find the city plans, do a bit of a library montage again, try and analyze. I mean, yeah, we have got Roger. He's good at analyzing, but these hands over all athletics checks. We're going to parkour with Eulalia +2. So we need to beat a 10. We've got 2, 4, 5 there. We have got a reroll. Let's try with these for now. See if it works, knowing we've got this +3 up our hand. So +3, +2 is 5. We need to reach a 10 or beat it. So a 5 or a 6. We'll see if succeed the check. It's a 4. Yeah, I'm going to burn this. I'm going to burn our athletics check, make that a success. Bring this over here. Okay. Successful check again. Suspicion meter goes up by 1. Repeat a hand management. Discard from used or get 1 new mole. Let's discard from used. What have we got lying around here? +2 social, +2 social, +3 athletics. That's social, athletics or creative, athletics or social. Let's get rid of this one then. It's only giving us a +1. We know we really don't want creative check. This athletics or social, really flexible, could be useful. Okay, discard. Suspicion meter's gone up. Let's flip and let's get a little bit of story. So, tunnels have clearly been used recently by the daughters of Delahaye to move supplies to the dockyard. Yeah, we're getting close now. I can feel it, getting very close to rescuing Great Aunt Hilda. They left some boxes behind. What were they moving? Sonar equipment, ancient artifacts, or candles and chalk? I mean, okay, we've established already they're trying to do some sort of spell to bring someone back from the dead. I feel candles and chalk is the best story option here. That's definitely the mischief our naughty pirates are up to. Okay, you all get discarded. Shop doesn't need to be refreshed. Let's go. Okay, that's a +2 to creative, which is kind of not what we want. I'm going to shuffle here, unless we somehow get a lot of creative coming up, but I don't think we've got that much creative left. So we have got +5 to social. There's nothing useful here. I feel it's too early. We still haven't quite got our hand. We can get our hand in a much better position before we attempt one of the more difficult cards. So we're going to go for the final level 3 card, and then we'll have worked our way through all the deck and have our choice of rescue attempts. Definitely, there's other playthroughs I've had where I haven't worked my way through all the cards. I've just managed to get my hand in a far better position earlier in the game. I mean, we failed 7 missions here. We've had really bad luck with the dice rolls, so we're working our way through the full game here. So pick up a new card or discard from used. Not going to discard from used. We're going to pick up a new card. Let's pick up this athletics +2. No, we're not really going creative. We then have either a persuade or a sing check. Persuade, we're +3. That's good. We're some social. Oh, we're probably going to try and persuade. Or I can try and sing. Okay, Irie, not the best at singing. We're going to try and persuade. So a low-level grunt wants to leave the daughters. Aha! Very, very critical point in time to try and get someone on the inside. How do we encourage them to defect? We're going to try and persuade. We're going to make a very good argument. Of course, you know, songs are also very, very persuasive. I've seen enough musicals that tell us songs are very persuasive. We're just going to go for, you know, a good old-fashioned argument. +3 to persuasive from our social checks. That's now +5, +7, +8. We finally got a really, really good hand. Guarantee this is where we're now going to get a really bad roll. So 2 or higher. It's a 1. It's a 1. We could have been picking up a great new card, but no. It's a 1. That's a fail. We're going to Scarpa. The card doesn't get any bit of story. Sadly, we did not encourage them to defect. So these cards all go into our use pile. But okay, we're now in a position, finally, to attempt to rescue Great Aunt Hilda. We've got a +5 to an athletics check. Oh, shop needs to be refreshed. It's all the creative cards, all the things we haven't gone for are just coming out now. So we've got a +5 to an athletics check. So here's our athletics card here, either a dance off or a pickpocket. We have got a +3 to athletics. And we've got a reroll. Okay. This is it. We're going to try and rescue Great Aunt Hilda. We've reached the level 4 cards now. We need to beat or match a roll of 11. But I feel we've got a decent chance at some of these athletics checks. So, we found Great Aunt Hilda. The leader of the daughters has agreed to parley. Of course, we're pirates. They always parley. How will we convince them to let Great Aunt Hilda go? We can go for a dance-off. Let the best moves win. Or we can try and pickpocket and do a bit of a trade. You know, well, you can get your purse back if you do it. I feel a dance-off. I feel a dance-off for the ages is definitely how we're gonna convince them to free Great Aunt Hilda. We get to either pick up a new card or get 1 new mole. Usain's come up top at a really good time. And he is going to swap with Irie for a dance-off. So what have we got? We've got a +3 to athletics. That's +5. Another +3 here is +8. It's a 50-50. We've got an 11 here. We've got a reroll ready to go. So let's just do the maths again. I'm nervous. We've got 5 coming through here. Another 3 gives us on 8. We need 11, so it's a 3 or above. 2 attempts, 3 or above. Rescue Great Aunt Hilda. It's a 6. It's a 6. What a way to end and win the game. We have rescued Great Aunt Hilda. Well done, everyone. So that goes there. We've won the game. We don't need to, you know, increase the suspicion meter or do anything else. Just get to flip the card and read our little victory text. Congratulations, you've rescued Great Aunt Hilda. You learned that the daughters of Delahaye wanted to run an occult ritual, but Aunt Hilda is the only one who knows how to read the ancient spells. Luckily they don't know also that Great Aunt Hilda has stolen the spell book. The daughters have been thwarted for now. Ooh, they could be coming back, but hey, that is a successful game of 3 moles in a trench coat. Great Aunt Hilda has been rescued, and here's our full story running all the way through. So, thank you for checking out 3 moles in a trench coat. Please do have a look at the rules, the components, print them off, play yourself, or look at any of the digital versions. I will put links in the description below back to the work in progress thread where you can leave feedback or get more links and access to all the files. But thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the very best in defeating the Daughters of Delahaye and rescuing Great Aunt Hilda.